In the heart of Lagos, a busy city in Nigeria, where the sun rises early and the streets are always alive with the sound of traders calling out prices, lived a woman named Madame Clara. She was a strong, respected businesswoman who owned one of the biggest supermarkets in the city. People called her Iron Lady because of how hard she worked and how much discipline she showed. Clara had only one child, her beautiful daughter, Sonia. Sonia was 14 years old when her mother decided to send her to a boarding school. She was tall, fair-skinned, and had eyes that sparkled like morning dew. Sonia was smart too, but her beauty always caught people's attention before anything else. Madame Clara believed that the only way Sonia could grow up well was to be far from distractions. So she sent her to Queen's Gate Girls' College, a boarding school known for strict rules and academic success. Before Sonia left, her mother gave her a big hug and said, "My daughter, remember who you are. Don't follow the crowd. Don't let anyone lead you away from the good path." Sonia nodded. "Yes, mommy, I will make you proud." At first, things went well. Sonia stayed in her hostel room, went to class, read her books, and tried to follow the rules. But very soon, things started to change. There were senior girls in the school, girls who had been there for years. They had power over the juniors. Some of them had sharp eyes, and when they saw Sonia's beauty, they started to get close to her. One of them was Sandra, a final year student. She was 18, and everyone feared her. She looked like a model and acted like a queen. She had charm, and she could talk anyone into doing anything. One day, Sandra walked up to Sonia during break time. "You are new, right?" Sandra asked, smiling. Sonia nodded. "You are very beautiful," she said, touching Sonia's chin gently. "Come and sit with us." From that day, Sonia became part of Sandra's group. They were the big girls. They had perfumes, phones, clothes that broke school rules, and even makeup. They made school look like a fashion parade. It didn't take long before Sonia began to change. Her skirts got shorter, her books gathered dust, and she spent more time in the secret corners of the school, laughing with the big girls. One night, something happened. "Sonia, do you want to see the real world?" Sandra asked her. "The real world?" "Yes. Let's go out tonight. We will come back before dawn. Trust me, it will be fun." "But the school gate is locked," Sonia whispered. "We don't use the gate," Sandra said, grinning. That night, Sonia followed them. They snuck out of the hostel, tiptoed past the sleeping matron, and climbed the school back fence. On the other side, a car was waiting. The driver was a man old enough to be their father. He drove them to a nightclub. It was loud. The lights were red and blue. Music shook the walls. Men sat at tables, smoking and drinking. Sandra and the other girls danced like they had done it 100 times before. Sonia stood by the wall, confused, scared, and excited at the same time. That night, a man approached her. He was in his late 30s, wore shiny clothes, and smelled of expensive perfumes. "You must be new," he said. She didn't answer. He smiled and said, "I can show you things you've never seen before." Before morning came, Sonia had gone to a hotel room with him. This became a routine. Every week, sometimes twice, Sonia would jump the fence at night, go to nightclubs, and meet men. In the mornings, before assembly, she would sneak back in. She learned how to hide tired eyes with powder. She laughed louder, disobeyed teachers, and became one of the feared girls in school. One day, Sonia started feeling strange. She felt tired all the time. Food made her want to vomit. Her uniform started to feel tight. Her friends laughed and said she was gaining weight. But deep inside Sonia, she knew something was wrong. She bought a pregnancy test from a pharmacy outside the school wall. When she checked, two red lines appeared. She dropped the stick and screamed silently. No, 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 this can't be, she said, pacing up and down the bathroom. She thought about her mother. How could she ever face her? She thought about the school. What if they found out? She thought about her life, her future, everything. Then she made a decision. She had heard of a woman in town, a woman who helps girls in trouble. They said she knew how to remove pregnancies quietly and without any noise. Sonia waited until Friday night, jumped the fence, and took a bike to the woman's house. The house was small, dark, and smelled of chemicals. You are how many months gone? The woman asked. Almost 3. It's late, but I will help you. The tools were not clean. The woman had no certificate. Sonia cried as the woman began the process. Pain shot through her stomach like knives. Her breathing became weak. When it was over, she stood up, but blood began to pour. Too much blood. The woman told her to lie down, but it was too late. Sonia's eyes rolled back. Her lips trembled. Her hands stopped moving. She died on the cold, stained bed. Her body was dumped outside the gates of a clinic early the next morning. A nurse found her and called the police. They traced the ID card in her bag. It belonged to Queen's Gate Girls College. The school was shocked. Her classmates wept. The matron fainted. Her mother, Madame Clara, came to the hospital and saw her daughter's lifeless body. She fell to the ground, screaming, My Sonia, my only child, why didn't you tell me? No one could answer. The police arrested the woman who did the abortion. The school tightened security, but none of it could bring Sonia back. At her burial, a pastor spoke. He said, This is not just the story of Sonia. It is the story of many girls who fall into the wrong hands because they want to belong. Parents, talk to your children. Children, listen when elders speak. Peer pressure is real, but so is the power to say no. The girls in her class all cried. Even Sandra, the senior girl, came. Her makeup was gone. Her face looked empty. I didn't mean for this to happen, she said to no one in particular. But the damage had been done. Lesson from Sonia's story. Beauty is not a passport to wisdom. Sonia was beautiful, but she let others use her beauty the wrong way. Choose your friends carefully. Sandra and the big girls were not friends. They were a bad influence. Secret grows in the dark. Sonia could have told someone, a teacher, a counselor, even her mother. One wrong step leads to another, from sneaking out to going to clubs, meeting men, and ending in death. It all started small. Parents, don't just provide, be present. Madame Clara loved Sonia, but she didn't see how much Sonia was struggling in secret. Say no and mean it. Even if everyone else is doing it, it doesn't make it right. To every young person watching this, you have one life, one future. Don't throw it away for fun that lasts a few hours. Don't trade your dreams for nightclubs and fake love. Real strength is in walking away when others try to drag you into danger. And to the parents, don't be too busy for your children. No matter how old they are, they need your voice, your eyes, your presence. May Sonia's story be a warning. May her death not be in vain. Sonia's story is a painful reminder that not every smile hides peace, and not every silence means all is well. Let's protect our children, not just with faces, but with love, attention, and truth. If this story touched you, like, subscribe, and share it. Someone out there needs to hear it. This is Wisdom of the Griots, where every story teaches and every voice matters. Until next time, stay wise, stay safe.